So now let's first begin with the y equal to cosine of 2x. Okay, and we know the fundamental cycle for this function is obtained from this inequality: x greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 2 pi. And then from here we know x is in this closed interval from the 0 to pi, right? And we do a translation of this cosine function to get y equal to cosine of the 2x minus the half pi. And this can be written as the cosine of the 2 times x minus the pi over 4. So that means the graph of this function can be obtained by translating the graph of the y equal to cosine of 2x to the right by pi over 4 units, right? So now if you translate this fundamental cycle to the right by pi over 4 units, then you just get the x, okay, belong to this interval. Okay, you translate 0 to the right by pi over 4, you get the pi over 4, right? You translate this pi to the right by the pi over 4, you get the 5 pi over 4. So actually, this is just the fundamental cycle of this second function, which has the same fundamental cycle as this cosine of the 2x minus the pi over 2, right? From the pi over 4 to 5 pi over 4. Okay, now let's move to the next page. Let's first draw the graph of the cosine of 2x, and then we do the translation to get the graph of cosine, and then based on the graph of this cosine of 2x minus half pi, we can draw the graph of this y equal to 3 times secant of the 2x minus half pi. So first, let's get the graph of the cosine of the 2x. So cosine of 2x is from the, okay, its fundamental cycle is from the 0 to pi. So let's draw the graph like this. Okay, so here this is 0, and then this pi, this is the graph of the y equal to cosine of 2x. Okay, now let's change the color. Then we translate, okay, we translate this graph to the right by pi over 4 units. Okay, so this is pi. Here this half pi, so this is the pi over 4, half pi, and 3 pi over 4, right? So now we translate this graph to the right by pi over 4 units, then this point just translate to here, right? And then we get a graph like this. So actually this is graph of the sine x, similar to the graph of the sine x. Okay, so this red one is the graph of the y equal to cosine of 2 times x minus the pi over 4. Now let's use the blue for the graph of the second function. We know when this cosine of 2 times x minus pi over 4 equal to 1, this original given function has the value 3, right? So this, when this is equal to 1, then this guy is equal to 3. So that means here, when this guy is equal to 1, so we have the, okay, this 1, 2, 3 is here, about here. Right. And we can also draw the vertical asymptotes for this given second function. So at the point where this cosine is equal to 0, it has the vertical asymptotes. So we have the vertical asymptotes here, right, and also here. And then this y-axis is also a vertical asymptote. And we know when the cosine is decreasing, secant is increasing, right? So we have the graph like this. And here, at this and for this part, okay, for this, you have the 1, 2, 3 here. Then you have the graph like this. And this blue one, this is the graph of the y equal to 3 times secant of the 2x minus half pi. Then done. Any question? First, we begin with the y equal to the cosine of 2x, right? And then we do the translation to get the graph of the y equal to cosine of the 2 times x minus half minus the pi over 4. And then, after you get the graph of this y equal to the cosine of the 2 times x minus pi over 4, then you can draw the graph of the y equal to 3 times secant of the 2x minus the pi over 2. Now let's talk about the graph of the cosecant function. So cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, right? And you can see the graph of the cosecant function is related to the graph of the sine function just in the same way as the graph of the secant function is to the graph of the cosine function, right? So we can first draw the graph of the sine. And at the point where the sine is equal to 0, this cosecant has the vertical asymptote. And when the sine x is equal to 1, cosecant is equal to 1. So the graph of the cosecant function is like this. And here, like this. Okay, we just draw the graph of this cosecant in this fundamental cycle.